These rankings are awful, man, and I didn't think they could do it, but they have one-upped themselves. These are even worse than last week's. These rankings are beyond terrible, and I'm starting to come to the conclusion that the people who make these rankings and they get a say-so in them, they don't even watch the games. Oh my goodness, I already know. I'm going to get pissed off in this video when I look at the top 10, because this is horrendous. How is Washington State at 25? They just lost to New Mexico. New Mexico! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope all of you had a great weekend watching some college football. Hope all of you are currently having a great start to your week. Hope you're having a great Monday. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. Man, oh man, you know what we're here to do. We're going to react to the AP poll. Although the AP poll on the grand scheme of things in college football, it doesn't amount to a hill of beans. You guys liked when we reacted to it last week. And weirdly enough, the AP poll was somewhat similar to the college football playoff poll. So maybe the AP nerds and CFP committee, they're in the same boat on things. I don't know. I guess I have to wait and see what happens on Tuesday night. As y'all know, I'll give you my live reaction to those rankings, so be on the lookout for that tomorrow. But for now, at least, we're here to take a look at the AP poll, and I'm extremely curious to see how far, the BYUs, how far are they going to drop, and also how far is Tennessee going to drop, and how far is Georgia going to go up. I'm sure these AP rankings are going to suck because, well, I mean, I don't call them the AP nerds for no reason. Their rankings have never really been that good. I'm not even going to speculate anymore. Without further ado, let's pull them up. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold your horses, partner. I just stumbled across this comment. What in the world is this? Marty. And then he writes whatever after. Dude, call me Marty. Bro. My name ain't Marty. I don't know why that offends me so much, but I feel disrespected. Marty? Nah, that's crazy. You had to do that on purpose because no way if you try to type in Matt on your phone or laptop, wherever, there's no way it auto-corrects to Marty. How does that even happen? You know what? You did that on purpose. Why does this have 100 likes? It just says Matt B Diddy. Nothing after it, and for some odd reason, it is a top like comment. Someone replied to it. Matt B Diddy. Are we just doing a Matt B Diddy train at this point? I mean, what is going on? And let me address this real briefly. I know a bunch of you are here for the rankings, but I got to address this because I haven't even talked about this in probably a month or so. I thought the Matt B Diddy joke, the Matt B Diddy lore, whatever you want to call it, it was going to fizz out in a week or two. Dude, this has been going on for months, and if anything, it's just getting bigger. We got to chill with the Matt B Diddy comments. I don't want to see any more of those in the comment section moving forward. Now, getting all that out the way, let's talk about these rankings. Like always, we're going to start at 25 and work our way up. Oh my goodness, I already know. I'm going to get pissed off in this video when I look at the top 10, because this is horrendous. How is Washington State at 25? They just lost to New Mexico. New Mexico! Like, dude, are you kidding me? Y'all couldn't have found another team to throw in there at 25? I'd much rather them have stuck Missouri at 25. Washington State, there's just no explanation for that. That's terrible. 24, actually every single team from 24 up until 21 were all non-ranked last week. So congrats to them. Tulane goes up 5 spots at 20. And what about this? South Carolina go up 4 spots at 19. Clemson stays the same. Colorado, the Coach Brown-led Buffaloes go up to 16. Moving on up here, 15. A&M doesn't move. The BYUs drop all the way down. Wow, it's kind of shocking. They dropped to 14. SMU goes up 1. Boise State and all those go up because BYU lost. Let's get to the top 10, though. We haven't seen Tennessee yet, so that means they're going to be somewhere in the top 10. Pulling it up right here. And yep, right at the number 10 spot, we got the Tennessee Volunteers. I don't think anybody's going to complain with that. In my personal rankings, I have them at number 8. Number 9, ahead of Tennessee, another SEC team. We got the Lane Train at Ole Miss. Hold on. I just realized, since Ole Miss is ranked at 9 and we haven't seen Georgia yet, that means Georgia is going to be ranked ahead of Ole Miss. What? And yep, as you can see, the Georgia Bulldogs are ranked ahead of Ole Miss. Huh, that's really interesting. Only if there was some way or some possibility that Georgia and Ole Miss could play one another. That way we could see who's the better team. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. They did play one another, and they played one another 2 weeks ago, and Ole Miss blew them out of the water. I mean, come on, man. What kind of logic is this? What are we doing? You got 2 teams that are 8-2 in the SEC. Sure, Ole Miss probably has worse-looking losses, but they just beat Georgia 2 weeks ago. And to go on top of that, it wasn't even like it was some fluky win. They dominated them. Golly, the AP nerds have really outdone themselves with these rankings. Just stupid, man. There's no logic behind any of this. And I would understand it a little bit more if maybe Ole Miss hasn't looked that good this year. And like I said, it was a fluky win over Georgia. But that hasn't been the case. Ole Miss looks like the much better team, and to go on top of that, can't emphasize enough, they beat them soundly at home. Whatever, man, whatever. Moving up 2 spots, you got Alabama. At least I guess they got that one right. Alabama should be ranked ahead of Georgia because, oh yeah, they won the game. That one's fine. Notre Dame, yeah. They're at 6. I don't like that one. Who is Notre Dame beat? Nobody. As to how you put Notre Dame ahead of teams like Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss, and Tennessee makes zero sense. You have zero explanation. Number 1, they don't pass the eye test. Number 2, they have the worst loss in college football this year. Number 3, haven't beat anybody. I say I haven't beat anybody. My apologies. I do forget about the A&M win. That was a nice one. But outside of that, not much you can point to. Head of Notre Dame. This one's also stupid. Y'all heard me rant about it last week. I'm not going to say too much about it in this video. Indiana. The good old fighting Kurt Sinettis. The AP nerds really think the Kurt Sinettis are better than Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss, and Tennessee. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to continue to say it. You don't even believe that. I'm talking to you, nerds, a part of the AP poll. You don't even believe Indiana is better than any of those teams I just listed off. You don't believe it. You just feel obligated to put Indiana at 5 because they're undefeated. When in reality, that shouldn't have anything to do with it. You should just rank the teams for what we've seen them do this year, who they've played, how they look, and a couple other things. Indiana has a cupcake schedule. They're not the 5th best team in the nation. If you think otherwise, well, you can kick rocks. Ahead of Indiana at 4, this one doesn't make any sense at all either. You got Penn State. What has Penn State done that proves to you they're better than Indiana? Nothing. I'm not even using an SEC argument here. I'm talking about a team in their own conference. Like I said, there's zero logic behind any of this. 3, you got Texas. Okay, so the top 5, yeah, top 5 stay the same. These rankings are awful, man, and I didn't think they could do it, but they have one-upped themselves. These are even worse than last week's. And you want to know what my biggest gripe is about these rankings? My biggest problem? It's not anything in the top 10. It's Washington State at 25. These rankings are beyond terrible, and I'm starting to come to the conclusion that the people who make these rankings and they get a say-so in them, they don't even watch the games. I'll give you a great example. If Alabama and Georgia, teams ranked 7th and 8th in the nation, play tomorrow, and Alabama won by 3, they would drop Georgia out of the top 12. But that doesn't make any sense now, does it? Because if Georgia and Alabama are both in the top 8 and it's a close game, why should either of them fall? The AP voters and the committee's the same way. They've been this way this entire year. They've been good up until this season. They feel obligated to drop a team because they lose, when that should not be the case. Or at least that's how they're doing it for the SEC. The Big Ten, not so much. Penn State looked pathetic against Ohio State. So many blunders, and look what happened to them. They're still number 4. I'll put it to you like this when we end up the video. If you think Penn State or Indiana is the top 5 team in the nation, you're a flat-out idiot. I know I already said in this video, but I'm going to say it again. Quick reminder, the CFP rankings come out tomorrow night, which is Tuesday. I'm going to give you my live reaction. I cannot promise you I'm not going to explode and go on a rant and tangent, but I tell you this much. Actually, let me just calm down. I hope and I pray they're better than last week's. That's all I'm going to say. That's it. That's all. Let me know your thoughts down below. But